Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Hearts of Iron 4 and we're playing as France. It is now 9 August 1940. I did let this go in a little bit into the war just to make sure that I could hold the front. France is a pretty difficult nation to play, and I just wanted to make sure that I was going to at least hold the front for the beginning of the game, and we'll see where we play out as we go through. So let's start over here. Let's take a look at our tree. And so the first thing I went down was this form the popular front. So I had been playing what was it? There's a second one over here. It's disappeared since I didn't choose it, but I chose form the popular front, and that got me reforming the labor laws, where that's increased my stability and my production, my neutralized or nationalized key industries, which increased my output on my factories and dockyards. I had to do this one and this one, which gives me several military factories, which I gain once I do this General Work Council, which removes my inefficient economy. And now I haven't done either one of these yet, but I will. The next thing I did, I think actually whenever I got up to nationalized key industries or reform labor laws, I shifted over here and did this review foreign policy, which came into effect, which gave me 120 political points. Then I did buy time and then strengthen government. And then I went off and did something. I think I finished this tree here, or started going down this tree, and then I came over here. And then after a year, I was able to get defensive stratagems, which removed disjointed government. So that basically increased my stability and my political power gain. And then I went over and I think I did the first one and begin rearmament just to gain the factories. And then I came over here and did the devalue the franc so I could get this extra research slot. And I grabbed the military factories to grab 2 more factories. I started down this develop the colonies, but then I got too close for the war, and I had to come back over here and finish this defensive focus because I get quite a few fortification boosts, where it's building fortresses along my border. And then I did the army reform, which basically removed the victors of the Great War. And that's what I've done as far as the research tree. Let's go take a look now. And that's worked for me so far. So I've actually changed my economy to free trade because that's going to basically give me a couple more factories for production. And I'm producing a lot of steel and aluminum, and so I can trade that off. I picked up this guy. I didn't pick this one up first. I picked this guy up first. This guy here who provided me 10 bore stability, and stability increases your everything, right? Then I picked up this guy, which gave me political power gains, and I've grabbed this guy just recently, which basically increases my construction speed for military factories, dockyards, and fuel silos. Now let's take a look at, I grabbed this guy, Maxim Wagon. He's running the army. And he's also in control of this army group over here. That's basically this whole northern border. Okay, let's take a look at, our factories. What I like to do is, so normally I'm at war now, so I've basically dumped off, but I had 15 factories running here and then maybe 3 or 4 down here. And what I would do is I would put a military factory or whatever I was building up here that's a little bit more involved, and then I would space 2 of these or 3 sometimes of these fortifications to build my fortifications, which we'll take a look at here in a minute. These fortifications here, I'm still running fortifications along the Swiss border to basically finish securing that border, just in case the Germans come through Switzerland, which they done in the past to me, so I just need to prepare for that. All right, production-wise, we had all these in the green before, but now we're at war. We're sucking them up. We still have plenty of infantry equipment, though, so that should be okay with going forward with what we're doing. So now let's take a look at army. So I've got 4 infantry divisions always in production, just running nonstop. And so I've updated my infantry division here. I've added, I think originally it came with artillery and engineers. I've added a logistic company, a recon regiment or recon company, and a signal company. I've also added an anti-tank and an anti-air company to the brigades, or whatever you call these things here. And so I'm doing all right. I'm probably gonna I'd like to shift artillery over to here, but I don't have enough artillery. I really don't have enough to cover what I'm doing here. I have converted some, not all of my division colonial things to division infantries, just because if you look at this, these are really stripped down, and this one's not so stripped down, but that doesn't mean that he's going to get all those benefits yet, because the equipment's not been produced. I did add some, like a logistics and an engineer company, to my Alpine divisions. I think I've also added a recon company and a signal company to this tank brigades. And keep in mind, these are tank brigades. They're not as full division, so whenever you're using them, you need to kind of keep that in mind. So all right, so that is what I'm doing there. Over here, I have come back and I shifted over to superior firepower doctrine, which I think is a pretty good counter focus for the Germans' use of blitzkrieg. So that's what I've got going on there, and then I've got Max, who's running the army. Let's take a look. Did we already? Yep. So you can see here, I've only got 30 military factories. That's what I got, so that's what I'm running. I'm still producing my old equipment, so I like to stage this. So I've got let's turn these ships off so we can just see what we want to see. So I've got infantry equipment level 2, but I'm just starting to spin these factories up. So I'm keeping this old equipment in because, as you can see, your production efficiency is pretty crap when you first start out. So you want to keep your old stuff in production and then stage shifting factories over to the new stuff so it doesn't basically leave your guys with no guns. Same thing with all the rest of your equipment. I think I've completely shifted over my artillery to the improved artillery 2, and it's still catching up, but I didn't have a lot of the old stuff that was being produced, so I just went ahead and shifted that over. Imports, I was really hurting. I mean, you saw a lot of my factories are gone because I've shifted those over. I have to shift those over to buy oil to fuel the war right now. So, and hopefully I'll get some more civilian factories as I work down through the tree to ease that up a little bit. I have plenty of aluminum. I'm exporting a ton of aluminum. Same thing with rubber. I've got rubber. Tungsten could become a problem. I might have to import or some. I'm not sure how I'm going to handle that. I've got some, but I'm exporting a lot of it. Also a steel and chromium. I'm doing okay. I'm not too worried about that. Now political. So I actually haven't looked here. I've got a lot of communist and some. Well, I got a lot of communists and I've got democratic, so I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do with that to stabilize that. I am putting basically political points into France. We'll take a look at that in a minute. We've got Lend-Lease going on. We've given a lot of people. So I haven't, let's go back and look at the focus tree. If you look, I have joined the Allies, and they all have access to me, and I'm at war with everything that the Axis has. I did not go and execute the, where is it over here? Go with Britain yet. But I basically joined the Allies. So I'm not sure. I'm getting some Lend-Lease. I don't know if running the rest of the way through this tree is going to help me. Maybe when I get to the arms purchases in the U.S., that might help. But I'm not sure this is going to get me anything. I'll have to... I want to run down the rest of this to get this extra research slot, which I think will give me one more research slot than Germany has. All right, and researching here, I mean, this is what I've got going on currently. I have come down and I tried to get some of this stuff just so I could have an anti-tank gun. And then to level 2 artillery, I really need to get down into here, but I haven't yet, but I will. Factory-wise, I'm up to 1939 with the exception of this piece right here, which I should get, I think, in the next go-around once I have a freed-up slot. My encryption level is up to 90. Well, actually, my encryption level is up to 1940, which is the current year, and I'm working on a decryption for 1940. We will see how that pans out. Aircraft, the only thing I've researched is the MS-406. I don't have it in production, though. Everything I'm producing is land-based at the moment. I've done nothing with Navy at all anywhere. We already talked about the guns. I've done nothing with tanks yet. Infantry, I have researched these. I'm researching maintenance right now. I've also working on hospital logistics. I'm up to level 2 on some of those. And so that's where we're sitting with that right now. And infantry, like I said, I'm up to level 2. I've actually gone past that with the improved infantry equipment and then this mortar. I haven't really done anything with special forces, just all kind of stripped down what I needed to do to hold the line, basically. And so, but if we come out here, so strategy-wise, what we're doing on the ground. Up here in the north, I have got 3 different armies, and I had these broken out along the border. And I've got Max Wagon running the whole show over here. Now, if I need to, I would probably pull one of these guys out, probably this guy since he's only got 3. I just want to be very careful that when I do it, like if I'm pulling this guy out, where's he got troops at? He's got all 3 of his guys right there. I do not want to pull him out just like all at once, right? Because if I do, the Germans are going to hop right into that hole. So what I would probably do is like select a group from here, a group from here, a group from here, and then put that into a separate army. And the reason being, I've got to keep in mind, as soon as if Germany invades Switzerland, I am breaking off units out of this northern sector to basically hold the line along the Swiss border. Could I pull? I could probably pull a couple of units, but not too many. I'm kind of scarce down here. Now, I have nothing on the Spanish border. I built some fortifications, but I really have nothing down here. And what I want to do is, as I'm building these new infantry regiments, to form another army, put it down here on the border. If Spain comes through before then, I'm in trouble. I'm done. So, but that's just a risk I got to take. I could pull this unit back here, but if I pull this unit back here, I think if I shift over, let's see, where's the resource map? I've got chromium here, which I don't want to lose, and so I don't want to pull this army that I've got down here out to go reinforce that border. And so basically where I'm sitting is having them on the border. I was hoping to push through here, and I've still got it. I'm not sure if we keep pressure on both sides, if the Italians will collapse. Maybe, I don't know. We'll have to see. I was trying to get into Tripoli. I don't know why. I do know why. He's got no supplies. If I come up here, supply status is like 17%. He's pretty tight right now. So. And that's, you know what, I might be able to help with that. I'm just still trying to hold the line as far as that goes. So nothing, I mean, I pulled all of my African troops and put them up here on this border. We'll see what we can do with that. So that is where we're sitting now. If I let this go up, you can see occasionally the Germans attack me through here. I'm not really doing anything over there. The Italians will attack me over here. but not. Are they going to push back through here? No, they're not going to be able to make it. All right, so, and that's where we're sitting. I've got my Navy running out of here. And what I've got going on, I've got some units refitting, but I've got a couple units out here patrolling, subs and smaller units, and then I've got my larger capital ships. They were all up here, but they've probably moved around a little bit, and they are running basically out here, but no, they're in a strike group. So once one of my units spots an enemy task force or whatever, then they'll react to that. So that's kind of where I'm at now. What am I doing in the future? I'm just trying to hold the line long enough until I can finish building out my army, and then we will look at going on the offensive somewhere. So that's where we sit right now. As it gets more interesting, I will probably record a little bit more, but I think, you know, it's kind of better to give you updates on this than actually watching me play the whole game, which would be kind of boring, I think. So anyway, if you like these videos, please do me a favor, hit the like button down below. And if you'd like to see more, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. That'll help my channel out a lot. I appreciate you watching, and I look forward to seeing you back next time. Thanks. Take care.